What is going on, everybody? I'm O'Prius, and welcome to a brand new video about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all that good stuff. Taking a look at our market today, we are, well, I'm not going to say the word. We're having a rough 2018 already. I have two market caps here. I have Coin Market Cap, and then I have one that one of my buddies showed me called Coin Puffs. And looking at the market cap on both of them, CoinMarketCap does about 1,500 cryptocurrencies, and CoinPuffs does about an additional 500. So we're looking at the two. I think this one includes a lot of coins that are from like Korea and China and that are not included on CoinMarketCap. So I'm looking at the two cryptocurrencies today, and we're going to focus mainly on Bitcoin talk, but we're going to look at the rest of the red. And I'm going to do a video here shortly about Bitcoin and getting into it and learning about it and the mass adoption and people buying into it and news and all that jazz. Today's video is going to be the profitability and cloud mining contracts and if they are something that's profitable starting in 2018 with this huge bloodbath that the market has been seeing. I mean, we're even looking at Ripple, and you can look at my previous videos about Ripple and what I said about it, and everyone was like, no, it's going to be $3 for 2018, $3 to $5. I said closer to that $1 to $2 range, and yeah, even though the market's under a giant bloodbath, it's hanging out about 83 cents. I don't see the actual Satoshi value at the moment. But Bitcoin's riding out at 8,500. We've seen some super duper lows in the past week. It's been insane. So we're going to pull Bitcoin up here. And I also want to take a look at the two charts and compare the two. So we'll pull up Bitcoin in this one as well. And we'll do some taking some peaks and looking at the lows and what we've seen. Now, if you ask me personally, if I'm worried about Bitcoin or anything like that with it being such a huge drop from like that 19,000 range to what we're at now, I'm not worried about it at all. Bitcoin rocked it from like about 4 grand to 10 grand without much support. It just kept going, got mass adoption, or mass media talking about it, and so it kept riding. We'll talk about that later. But we've seen a low point of about 7,800 on Bitcoin this past week. It's looking very rough with today being its lowest point. And this market over here, it looks a little fun too as well. I like all this little doodads and thingamabobs, but it looks like we only get this on a weekly basis. So Bitcoin is currently sitting at a total of $8,551. The market cap is at 408 billion, whereas every single coin market cap is just under 500 billion. So let's take a look at some cloud mining contracts. Now, I currently do have 3.76 terahashes on Hashflare, and I normally have it set to reinvest every single time I could purchase the minimum contract available. I have turned that off. The reason why I've turned that off is with Bitcoin's value being so low right now and with the difficulty, I would rather hang on to these Satoshis and see Bitcoin recover itself back up to like the 10, 11 grand range. That way I'm going to get more bang for my Bitcoin. So I currently have that turned off. Let's start with seeing if purchasing a SHA-256 mining contract for 1 year is going to be profitable for you, or for anyone, or for me, or for my dog, or for anyone that wants to jump into these contracts. Now, some disclaimers before I go into this. This does not take into consideration the Bitcoin difficulty increase. This does not take into consideration the value of Bitcoin going up from $8,500 as of today. And this does not take into consideration Hashflare's maintenance fees, which I'm thinking is about 33 cents a terahash, or 13 cents a terahash. I don't know off the top of my head. So I want to make those points very, very clear. This calculation that I'm about to do here is going to keep Bitcoin at the value of $8,500 for the year of your contract. So keep that in mind. So what we're going to do is, let's say that we are going to purchase $1,000 worth of mining power. So let's say we're going to purchase about 4.5 terahashes. Okay. Now that's going to cost us $990 or 0.1156 Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and plug those numbers over here into the mining calculator. So that's 4,500 gigahashes. We are going to turn the power cost off because we are using a cloud mining contract. And I think pool fees, I'm not sure, I'm just going to say 10%. So the cost of the hardware is $990 because that's the cost of the contract. We're going to hit calculate. And I've adjusted the Bitcoin price, not showing at 8,800. I've adjusted it to 8,500 to show what we have. Now, remember, these contracts are for a year, 365 days. So looking at the calculations, you would see a return of investment in about 268 days. So that would give you 100 days of pure profit at the current price, at the current difficulty, so on and so forth. So in the long run, you're looking at an average of, if you spent $990 on 4.5 terahashes, you're actually going to be you're going to gain $400 in profit in a year. Now that's a year. I'm a kind of guy that likes things now. I want them now, and I don't like to wait. And holding is something very hard for me because I like to get. I need instant gratification, which is terrible because I'm a child. So you would technically get yourself about $400 in the long term. Now, if you purchase that contract today, the Bitcoin value could go up immensely. It could go up to 20 grand by March, and you have that contract, and this number here is going to change drastically, and this contract is going to be very profitable. Let's look at the trends with the Bitcoin difficulty chart. Now, Bitcoin difficulty in mining goes up every 12 days. And you're probably, if you have a decent computer screen or you're not watching on a mobile device, you can see the trend of the difficulty increase and decrease down here as well. But for the most part, every 12 days, the difficulty has gone up. We are going to see our next increase or decrease on February 7th, which I have a feeling it might have a difficulty increase. It'd probably be good if it went down, but let's see the last time we've seen a decrease. We saw a minor decrease on the 25th of November, and we've seen a major decrease on the 10th of November. So looking through this chart here, that's the decreases that we've seen. So it's really hard to see, and if we look back at the price of Bitcoin around this time frame, let's look from the price of Bitcoin from the 8th of November to the 28th of November. Let's see if we can hone in on that cap right there. We're going to go to the 3-month spectrum. We're going to see why we had that nice little decrease. So what did I say? The 8th of November, we were looking at a Bitcoin price of about $7,500. And we were on a downward trend so on the 10th is when we had that decrease because it dropped all the way back down to about 6 grand. Now, on the 28th of November, we started to see a hike, and we saw, when was that last decrease? So we got lucky and got a decrease on the 25th because we weren't really rising and weren't going crazy. We were kind of stabilizing from that drop. And then ever since then, Bitcoin has taken a huge rise all the way up until the middle of December, which it hit its all-time highs, and then it's been bouncing back and forth. I think this is called the double bottom here. I'm going to do a parody video about charts and reading and all that stuff because technical analysis is kind of weird, especially with cryptocurrency. The more the technical analysis I believe in is in hindsight's 2020 because technical analysis is all over the place. So potentially we could see a decrease in the Bitcoin difficulty, which would make these contracts much more lucrative. But as of right now, with Bitcoin and with its current difficulty, and with the fact that Hashflare is currently costing per terahash $220, we would need to see a few things to make this really lucrative. Because if you remember, when Bitcoin was going crazy, the return on investment was like 68 days, and now we've tacked on 200 days onto that. So in the long term, today, not really something I would throw everything at. Just because you're buying into speculation. But if you like making $400 by spending $1,000, that's not bad. I don't have $1,000 to buy 4.5 terahashes to make that $400, so that's why I'm just riding on what I have down here. But still, it is a great way to earn a passive income. Let's just take a look at, like, if you were to buy 100 terahashes, $22,000 worth, leaving all these numbers the same except this, 22,000, and that's 1, 2, 3. Okay. 100,000 gigahashes. So we're going to see the same on the return on investment because nothing really changes except the power that you're purchasing and the hardware cost. And so you're looking at maybe a profit of about $8,000 annually, which back in December, this would net you probably about $55,000 to $60,000. So that's still not bad, but we're still waiting for Bitcoin's value to increase and the difficulty hopefully to go lower. And maybe Hashflare will lower the price of their contracts because it's all about supply and demand, and their supply is overpriced and the demand is probably low right now. So that's just my opinion on it. I would like to see myself one day having a large amount of terahash mining power, especially with Bitcoin. It's a great passive way to earn and add Bitcoin to my wallet. That is going to be a goal in the future, is to increase this terahash rate, which I will end up doing when Bitcoin recovers and I have this balance growing every single day. Let's see what I'm pulling it. Oh, actually, there's a thing right here. So I'm getting about 40,000 Satoshis, which is $3.40 every single day, which will be worth more in the future. That's about $23 a month, and this again is all without the maintenance fee that Hashflare has. So, something I haven't done in a very long time, and I'm very upset with myself, but a way to earn yourself some free Bitcoin and some free Satoshi right now. And we are seeing a benefit with Bitcoin being down so low because this this faucet that I've used and I've done in so many videos, and I have a referral link down below, and this is one of the referral programs that I've never been hated on for, which is awesome because, I mean, there's really nothing to it. But this Satoshi is now up to 23 Satoshis instead of 12 because of how Bitcoin is low. So if you want to earn yourself some free Satoshi, and the benefit of using my referral link is that every Sunday, my Satoshi pool, you see up here in the top corner, I have almost 15,000 Satoshis worth of Bitcoin, pays out 80%, where is it? 80% of my Satoshi pool to all of my referrals and people under me based on the activity since your last payout, and that's every single Sunday. So you can see here I've given out, where's my Satoshi give out already? I've given out about 30,000 Satoshis, which is pretty cool. It's not a lot or anything, but it's still pretty cool that I've shared that with my friends and my referral team, and that's everyone that's underneath me. It's 111 people. But you see people are getting the bigger payouts than other people because they're active. Like this person only got 6 Satoshi, this person got 2,500 Satoshi. So all you need to do, click the referral link, and it's free to sign up and don't cost anything, and do not put any of your BTC in this and gamble or play with it because you're not going to get rich or earn anything. It is set to make you lose. The way you win is you do your hourly roll, which is great, and then you go to the multiply BTC page and you set you make sure the minimum bet is as minimum as possible, and you play the high-low game, and the goal here is to lose 3 times in a row betting the same bet, and then when you do, like this, you change your minimum bet to 10 Satoshis. You bet, because laws of probability will show that you might potentially have a higher chance of winning after you lose 3 times in a row. It's not really, a guaranteed, but just you flip tails 3 times, heads is bound to happen. So that's kind of what you're playing on. And then you go, and we'll see if we can get a win here real quick. And I want to do 3 losses in a row. Switch it back to 10. Do a bet. We lost again, so that's 1 loss, 2 loss, another 3 losses in a row, not 100, switch it to 10, do a bet. Okay, we're losing again. 1, 2, 3. 3 losses in a row, so technically I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times in a row. We're bound to hit a winner here, so let's see if we can get it on 10. And we did, yay! Now, you're not going to get rich doing this. That's not the point of doing it this way. The point is, this is a faucet. And when you have a faucet that's drip, drip, dripping, I'm not going to do it on camera, but if I started to unscrew this, more would drip out until all the water in the bottle would pour out. Like, I'm just applying simple science to this. So the faucet right now just trickles drip, drip, drip of Satoshi of Bitcoin. As you open the faucet, it's going to start gushing out. So how we open the faucet is more people join up under me directly. You guys do your hourly roll, which, it adds 50% of the base price to my Satoshi pool, and then you play that multiply BTC game, and then it's going to give me, a small percentage of what you're betting with, and that's why you want to keep betting 1 and then bet the 10, then bet the 1, because that kind of helps stabilize everything, and that's going to continue to grow this pool, which pays out at 80% every single Sunday. So link in the description below. I think it's one that says earn free BTC. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. My 2018 goal is 5,000 subscribers. I know we're only in February. We'll see how it goes. Leave a comment. Flame me for the faucet if you think it's a scam or anything like that, because anything, if you mention the word cryptocurrency, there's someone out there that says it's a scam. Please leave a like or dislike on the video if you want. I'm Oprius, and we'll see you guys next time.